Hey guys, I am back with another process video. So for this one, I just really wanted to play with some mixed media supplies, so that is what I'm going to start with, and then I'm going to pick my photo and products I want to use and such. So full disclosure, I have found this video in my archives. It has not been voiceovered. I actually made this layout in February, so that's not too bad, but I just found it in like the lost video section along with a couple of other ones, so I'm voiceovering this 4 months after I made the layout. So anyway, I am starting here, and I just wanted to do a rainbow effect with my distress ink. So I put some gesso down on the page, and then I'm starting over on the right with the picked raspberry distress ink, and I'm just using the packaging technique and just kind of plopping it onto the page. And then I brought out the Distress Oxide in Wilted Violet, and I'm going for the Mermaid Lagoon blue distress ink. And this, I'm just repeating the same packaging technique process over and over until I get all the colors I want onto the page. Now this is yikes, what is that? Peacock feathers. That's the color of that, peacock feathers. And then I'm going to come in with the cracked pistachio. So I'm kind of going from pink to purple to blue to green. I think that worked the best. And then I have the Distress Oxide in Twisted Citron over that is that green color. So now I have this cool rainbow kind of thing going across the page. So now what I'm doing is I'm adding some dots of water, because the water reacts really beautifully with the oxides. It reacts with the inks too, but mostly with the oxides, and you get this really cool look to it where the pigment picks off the page and you have like this dotted kind of thing going on. I don't know if I explained that good, but anyway. Then I have this bubble wrap here, and I'm just using it as a stamp. So I'm adding a bit of the ink in the colors that I used and just stamping it onto the page. So I'm doing purple for purple, blue with blue, and green with green, and that just adds a bit more texture to the background. And here I decided to use this stencil because I had not used it yet, and I am going to just use some gesso because I don't have any modeling paste, and add that pattern to the top and the bottom there. And I think this is a stencil from Echo Park. So that's about to complete my background. I am going to come back and add a bit more stenciling down there. Now the trick to making that background paper, I dried every color completely before adding the new one, just to make sure that they didn't blend too much and become like this brownie color. So the pink was thoroughly dried when I added the purple, and the purple was thoroughly dry when I added the blue, and so on. And then here I'm just going through this Heidi Swap 8x8 paper pad. I think it's Marquee Love. And I thought that the colors in there matched the background really nicely. So I matted my photo with some scraps of paper, of that pink diagonal paper. There's actually 3 pieces behind that photo. And then I'm going to add some of this gray paper. And then I went ahead and pulled out the +1 6x6 paper pad from Amy Tangerine, because that one had some bright colors and grays in it as well. So I'm just going to flip through that and find the colored papers that I have left and pick a couple to use on my page. Now this picture here is a picture of, just a random picture of me. And I kind of wanted to do a "this is me now" kind of page, which you'll see in the journaling a bit later. Because I wanted to use a bunch of these colors and I really have a picture to match this colorful array. So I just took one right then and there and printed it, and thought I would just do a kind of "this is me" kind of thing going on. So now I'm trying to assemble those 3 pieces of pink paper in a way that I like. So I'm trying to keep the heights at the top and bottom not the same with each paper. So I don't want them to line up in any way. I want them to be a bit more messy and looking, because I just really like that look for my layers. So that is what I fussed a lot to get is not to have the same height at the top or the bottom between the three pieces of paper. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in this green, and these are scrap pieces of paper, which is why I'm just stapling them rather than adding glue, because that way it's just easier to keep everything together. And I can always add glue once I'm done with the layering. So I did want to bring in some green over on this side of the page because the green is on the other side of the page. So I'm going to use that asterisk paper in just a bit, and I decided to pop up my picture on some foam, and this is just some craft foam that we've had since I was 5, and we were making puppets with my mom and sisters, and this is just leftover foam. I have a huge bag of it, and I'm just using that until it runs out, and then I'm probably going to buy some more craft foam from somewhere. So this is me attaching that green paper onto my layers. And now I thought about adding this tag. This is a circular tag from IKEA. So I'm going to put some twine in it. And I didn't like the circle all that much, so I'm going to try this square one. And that one is going to stick, but just not there. I'm going to fuss with it quite a bit before I figure out where I want to add it. Now it was a complete square and I wanted it to look more like a tag, so I kind of just cut the edges off as you saw there. And I'm still trying to decide if I want to use it or not, so at the moment I was not sure. So then I pulled out this purple one because I thought it might work. I am going to use that purple one on the page at some point, but not in behind the layers there. So there I come back with that circular tag, and I know I want to make some sort of cluster over there on the left to kind of balance the page. I'm not sure what yet. So here's where I bring in this tag. So I ended up not using any of those IKEA tags, but rather this tag from the Basic Gray ephemera pack. I think it was a Hey Boy collection. And then I used some black and white twine that came in a Fancy Pants die cut pack. And then I'm thinking I'm going to use a tag over to the left as well. I just can't decide which one, so I'm just keeping the tab there the twine there to remind me. And then here I decide that I want to bring in the same papers over to this side, so I took a piece of that pink diagonal stripe and that gray triangle paper from Heidi Swapp, and I'm also going to add a bit of this green. And then here's where I come in with that purple tag, because that way I bring in the purple over to this side, and then I also bring that black and white twine as well over to this side. And I'm just going to tuck it in behind some of the layers there. And now I'm going to ink my photo in this black tie Ranger ink because I felt like it needed a little something to stand out a bit more. And then I'm going to do my title. So these letters were brand new. I had just gotten them. They came in the Hip Kit grab bag from the Black Friday sale, but I didn't get my bag until late January because I shipped it to the States and my mom brought it when she came back. So yeah, so my idea was to use those blue glitter stickers because I thought they brought in the blue from the background and they were glittery, and I don't know, they just looked perfect for this page. So now I'm going to trim off the excess papers from the cluster over to the left, and I'm going to spell out my title. I'm just going to do a simple title that says that this is me. And I'm just going to overlap it there over to the left. And then I kind of wanted to bring something glittery over to the photo cluster. So I pulled out those glittery hearts, but that was not working, so I did not go with that idea. Then I have this clip that is a clip from Tiger. I think it's called like a bulldog clip. I don't know. But it's a very tiny one, and it had a nice black and white checkered element, checkered pattern that brought in some more of the black and white. So then I wanted to bring blue over to the other side as well. So I thought about using those pink. I really wanted to use those Pink Fresh title kind of stickers, but because they have some inspirational phrases about being yourself and stuff, but they didn't really work on the page once I added the "This Is Me" title over there, so I'm going to abandon that idea. Then I thought about going through some Project Life cards, and I found this scrap piece there of like a grid, and I thought it would be a nice addition to kind of tone down that place over there and add a neutral color with all that bright colors. I wanted to add something neutral to just kind of keep it together. Then over to next to my photo cluster, I pulled out a die cut that's from Little Yellow Bicycle that had top 10 sites at the top in green color, but I just cut that off, and I'm just going to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to make a kind of list. And then I have that chipboard piece that says it's the little things from the what is it called? The desktop chipboard set by Becky Higgins and Project Life, and I just added that there because it's green and it kind of matched with the idea of going that it's the little things that make a person who the person is, I guess. And then I thought about using that flare on my photo. I even glued it down, and it's gonna stay there for a bit, but not too long. And then the color scheme of this layout matched really nicely with this brand new chipboard set that I have from Project Life, but I just couldn't find any pieces that would work in this instance. And then I decided to bring in that blue glittery kind of look using the asterisks from the thicker set. And then I also added a sticker down there from the hashtag whatever collection by Simple Stories that says I speak fluent sarcasm. And then I'm going to add a couple of these hearts from this Pink Fresh Studio, the mix number 1 set here. And I'm using the pink hearts in the pink area, the green hearts on the green watercolor, and the blue hearts on the blue watercolor, and that just adds another kind of texture because they are puffy stickers, and it's just a slight small little detail, but I really like the look of it. And here I'm experimenting with some few other pieces. I decide to glue down that wood veneer camera to kind of fill in the gap under that word sticker, and then I'm inking the sides of the page with the Distress Oxides, and I'm doing each side with a different color. So I got the top side in purple, the bottom in green, the right in blue, and then the left side in pink. And I don't think you can really see it on camera, but in real life it makes a really nice detail and adds just little something to the page. Then I pulled up that flare, and there's a little bit of damage done to my picture, but I was just too bored to I couldn't put myself to reprint the picture, so I'm just going with it. And then here I'm going to do my journaling, and I'm just going to write 10 things about me down just to kind of go with the "this is me" kind of thing. So that is going to complete my layout. Thank you so much for watching. I won't have pictures in this video, but I'll have them over on Instagram if you want to check that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.